Hello. Today I'm going to be chatting a little bit about dualistic thinking. Mostly, I mean that win-lose mindset that we can get into. And this applies in business if we see it. There's been a number of people this week that I've talked to about it. So if this is your story, I don't mean it in a negative way. I just love you so much. And I'm going to share my story as well about how it comes up for me. So, if I stay in business, it's a win. And if I get a job, it's a lose. If I sell spots on this course and it fills up to 100 people, it's a win. And if I don't, it's a lose. You can see already how this is mad, and you can see already how we all do it. And the way it's shown up for me is, this is pretty personal. So if this is too much for you, you can just turn off. But I've been dealing with lots of health issues with perimenopause. I have extremely heavy bleeding and I've been anemic. You can see, kind of need to slap the color into my cheeks a bit, for quite a few years. And it's gotten to just like a peak stage at the moment where last September I was in hospital and had 2 blood transfusions and an iron infusion. I've had multiple iron infusions before that, but like the doctor was like, you can't drive, go straight to hospital kind of thing when they got my blood results. So since then, I don't need advice, by the way. If you want to help me, just send me healing energy, because it's been a really empowering process the last few years for me. I feel really empowered about my health. And now my current challenge is this dualistic thinking. Because for me, if I get my period at all, it's like a lose, like it's like a failure, because I would really like it to be over. And so I've been living in this state of like, oh, I get my period, that's bad. I don't get my period, that's good. And then once I get my period, it's like, oh, my period's heavy, that's bad. If my period's light, that's good. Because there was a dilemma for me at one point where the medical system was offering me a Mirena, which is an IUD that slowly releases progesterone directly into your womb. And because it's targeted physically, the proposition is that the progesterone won't affect your mood and other body parts as intensely as it would if you took progesterone orally or in other ways. My whole life has been focused on having a natural process as much as possible. So obviously this is another dualistic thinking setup that I've created for myself, because I do take Ventolin. I have been using the medical system and having iron infusions and all kinds of things. And I guess I would love to just live in a tribe with a medicine woman or man who just helps me with plants and herbs when I'm unwell. And so for me, getting a Mirena is a lose and staying off a Mirena is a win. All of these dualistic mindsets that I've created for myself have just given me pain and mental pain, emotional pain, probably contributing to physical pain, really, on an energetic level. And I just am learning, and I'm sure we are all learning, to try to release dualistic thinking. Another thing that comes up for me is using mental frames. So the way that we frame anything to ourselves, the story that we tell ourselves, is very powerful and is more important than the actual circumstances, in my opinion. The story that we tell ourselves cuts us emotionally, and it also becomes true. It becomes real because we're ultimately quite magical. And what we say to ourselves and what we believe has way more power than the actual circumstance itself. So for instance, if I say to myself, I am bleeding this out for my bloodline, for my ancestral lineage, and if I don't take the pill and I don't mess up my hormones taking medicine, I am bleeding it out for the rest of the women in my ancestral lineage, because my mother and my daughter are both on the pill and have had Mirenas and things, which is fine. And I mean, and also anyone who wants to do that, that's fine. This is just my own trip. So because they have not bled it out and been able to endure the discomfort and intrusion and annoyance and physical pain of heavy periods, I'm going to bleed it out and I'm going to heal my lineage. That's the story I've been telling myself to get through it, because it's really hard. And a huge part of me would love to go and just get a Mirena and be done with it and not have to think about it and live my best Libra tampon life, going surfing and being active and all the rest, instead of being tired, bleeding it out, being not, having no energy to exercise, all of it. A Mirena looks like a great solution. I am using the process to try to get healthy, be good to myself, nurture myself, put myself first. These are all the stories that I'm telling myself about why it's a good idea. So there's kind of two things going on there: dualistic thinking, and I think that leads into the stories that we tell ourselves. Because if you are telling yourself that you are failing by getting a job, that if you don't get X number of clients, you're failing. And if you get a VIP client, if you get X number of signups, if you get X number of free chats that convert to X number of VIPs, that's winning, and getting a job is losing. Actually, none of it matters, because you're a supreme cosmic being and you're amazing. And everything you do is perfect. Actually, nothing that happens to you is bad or good or right or wrong. You are divine and your experience is divine, and it's exactly what you're meant to experience. But to get through it, we tell ourselves all kinds of stories. So, my big takeaways are: can you notice where you are having dualistic thinking in your life? Is this the cause of pain? Is there a way that you can reduce the dualistic thinking and create new positive frames, positive stories, like a frame that you look through to see the world, a story that you tell yourself? How can you use these tools to make more conscious choices that empower you, and just to be okay in your business? Like, it's really hard to be in business, and it takes so long to get out of the employee mindset. It's a really strong paradigm that we have in our culture, that we are the employee and there's an employer that tells us what to do. We are a business person and we have a mentor who tells us what to do. Like, it takes a long time to get really empowered in our health, where we don't just defer to a doctor or naturopath. We get fully informed and we make choices. That's another lesson. I mean, this is a 3-tier rant that you're getting today, but it really does tie in together everything that I've learned and am learning at the moment. And I hope that anything I've said today is of any help to you in any way. I'm sending all my love to you. I hope that your business grows as you would like, that your heart expands and you can experience infinite love and joy in your day. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Stop recording.